Welcome to Food Travelers. In this episode, we are in Phnom Penh and we are visiting a Japanese restaurant called SushiLab. And this is actually located in a really famous alleyway. And as you can see here, the alleyway is actually called Langka Lane. There's quite a few restaurants there. You have Korean, Japanese, you have American. There's a whole bunch of different type of restaurants here, and it's quite famous. A lot of people come visit here. Micah, it's really exciting. I have a omakase that we ordered here at this great, and I really enjoyed it.
Just so a little bit information about this restaurant. They're open daily from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. for lunch, and they're closed for a few hours, and they're open again at dinner time from 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m.
So for us, as you can see walking through the alleyway, at the very beginning, it looks really unassuming, but once you kind of turn the corners, you kind of see everything. There's also some kind of hidden doorways to certain places, which either takes you up to a rooftop or to like a second level restaurant, and you can get a really nice view. So it can be quite deceiving, and it's really easy to miss if you're taking a tuk-tuk or you're walking through and you don't really know what's down there. But definitely go find it, and you'll find some really hidden treasures in this alleyway. And as you can see, we're at the front of the restaurant. We actually came here and at the very opening at 5:30, as Micah had mentioned. And it was still closed because we got there a little bit early, so we were kind of waiting for them to open up. And of course, you can see the outside there. They're all prepping on the inside. So I was really excited because the meal itself was $55, and we ended up getting the Omakase Kappo course set meal, and that included quite a bit of food. It is a lot. Of course, $55 is quite pricey, especially for Cambodia and Phnom Penh, but compared to other Western places where you can see prices like this shoot up into the hundreds, this was definitely worth it.
Yes, I mean, looking at the pricing and how much food that you got on your omakase, it really looks like a really great deal there. So one of my questions for you is, do you have to make reservations here, or were you just trying to get there as early as possible, hoping that there were spots for you?
Actually, at first I was thinking, okay, I'll just show up and then see if there's a spot, but I was happy I actually did make reservations, because when I walked in, even though you didn't see anybody there, but all the tables actually had reservations for certain people who actually reserved it. So there's all these tags up on the tables. And the seating, it's not a huge restaurant. There's an upstairs as well, so there's more seating than what was down on the first floor, but pretty much every table was taken by somebody or reserved for somebody. And the reason why you can't just walk in is because a lot of the time when you're eating, it takes 90 minutes to probably 2 hours to go through an entire course meal, so you can't just jump in and then eat up a seat and take 2 hours a chunk of time. So definitely I recommend reservations.
So starting off here with the drink, do you do anything like a sake pairing, or do you just do cocktails?
I didn't do any pairings. I wasn't in the drinking mood, so I ended up just getting this lemon soda, which was really nice. It was really refreshing, definitely with the hot weather and how hot it is in Cambodia. It was really nice to drink this ice cold kind of lemon, fresh lemonade type of drink, and it was really delicious. To kind of go more to detail on the omakase that was ordered. So what happens, it comes with the assorted appetizers, also with a chuan mushi. There are about 5 kinds of kappo dishes, and then they also include 9 kinds of sushi, and as well as a small chirashi bowl. It also includes miso soup and then a dessert to finish off the entire meal.
Yeah, that first dish, it looked really interesting. It looks kind of slimy and gooey. How was the texture in it?
The first appetizer set was actually pretty interesting. With most appetizers, it's there to kind of set the palate and get everything started. So it was different little flavors. You had sweet, you have like a umami, kind of savory flavor, and then something that's a little more on the salty side. So that little seaweed thing was more of it's seaweed, so it's a little more, I guess you would say, I would say slimy, but it was kind of that soft kind of goo texture that you would get. It wasn't slimy. I didn't have a slimy feeling like if you ate something slimy. And then of course we had in my mind I'm thinking escargot. For some reason I can't think of the word, the snails in the shells. And this was nice because it's a little different than what you get from normal escargot, which we've had quite often, Micah, where it comes with the actual kind of a lightly sweet soy sauce brine rather than what we usually get with butter on the French side. So that was really nice as well.
Yeah, it looked like it was pretty easy to grab them out of the shell. I just remember when we had escargot, and even when I went to Vietnamese buffets in Houston, trying to get them out can be challenging.
Yeah, it was nice. Those are really easy. It wasn't quite the challenge we had when we were in Las Vegas and trying to pull out the ones we had there. We had that episode, and you can actually see our troubles trying to pull out the snails over on that. We ended up getting new ones from the chef there, which was nice. So on this next dish, it was a wrapped white fish, and inside is greens, some kind of spring onions, and mixed with some other leafy greens, or not leafy greens, like stemmed greens. And then on top, you have some garlic, and you have some onions, green onions. And so it was nice to actually dip it and take a bite. It was really different because it wasn't like, it wasn't like nigiri where it came with the rice, or sashimi where it just plain by itself. So it actually was quite different. And I was pretty surprised with that one. And it was nice to actually get 3 pieces because I did enjoy that, and having 3 of them made it even better.
Yeah, that one definitely looks really different from things we normally have over here with omakases, and I don't think I ever had one where it's wrapped in veggies. Did they say anything about how to eat that one? Do you dip it in any other sauce or anything like that, or that is already ready to go?
It's treated kind of like your regular nigiri or sushi, and you just lightly dip it with some soy sauce and then take the bite. And then the soy sauce, the saltiness kind of enhances and pushes that flavor of the fish, and then the greens itself kind of cuts down and makes it a little more fresh than what it was. And so with Kappo, one of the big things is being able to watch the chef make. And so for those who aren't familiar with Kappo style, it's supposed to be kind of a mixture of you have the omakase, which is kind of chef's choice, but the Kappo style where it's in Japanese, I believe it means meat, like put together. It's cooked together, something like that in that sense. And so when you put it together, it's more like you want to be there and you're watching everything being made, and you're kind of interacting with the chef as they go along making everything. So they're definitely attentive, and they'll watch you as you're eating. And so it was really nice to kind of see everything going through, just how much effort and how much skill they put into making everything.
So we go through this a lot, Simon, with those hand rolls. How would you say these hand rolls are compared to other ones that we've had? Is it really crispy and crunchy, like really fresh? Do they like kind of like, I guess, I don't know, put it over heat first to warm it up?
I really like the hand rolls. I like them made fresh right in front of you, because one of the biggest things that I kind of dislike is really soft and mushy seaweed, and that happens quite a bit when you have something that's been sitting there for a while. And so for the hand rolls, the way you make it right in front of you, that's really nice. And the shrimp was actually fried, and you can actually see behind the chef there's a tank with the shrimp inside. So it was really fresh shrimp that was taken out from the tank and cooked, breaded, and fried, and then put into the hand roll. So it was really delicious.
How would you say the sushi chef would you say they're pretty conversational, or they're more of a quiet master?
They were talking here and there. They're more watching, but they kind of saw us filming all the stuff, so they didn't want to like come in and say a whole bunch of things. So I think they would have been a lot more talkative had we not filmed all the food and then prepping everything. But I think because they saw us going through all the filming, they decided like, okay, I'll just kind of let them go through and not, ruin a shot or something, even though they wouldn't have ruined a shot if they were speaking to us.
But I mean, I would expect them to at least explain what each fish was, right? And explain which ones to eat first or anything like that.
Well, the order kind of came through. They watched as you ate, and then they would prepare the next course. One, they kind of see you finish something. And so the actual pieces that we had a chutoro. We also had a sake, which was the salmon. We had buddy, which is the yellowtail. We had the Thai, which is the red snapper. We also had the potate, which is the scallops. saba, which is mackerel, and then also the tamago and the uni. And tamago is the egg, and uni is the sea urchin.
And what do you have for the dessert?
And of course, to finish off the entire meal, there was, of course, there was a green tea ice cream, and the other one was a strawberry custard. So the custard on the bottom and the strawberry layer on top. And overall, definitely for the price and what you get, I'm definitely coming over, Micah, to get this again at some point in time when I get the chance. So definitely go to SushiLab if you want omakase that is really good and at a good deal. To wrap up this episode is our notable for SushiLab located in BKK1 here in Phnom Penh. The Omakase Kappo course for $55 is an absolute treat. 20 courses of delicious, fresh, and wonderfully prepared Japanese food in a symphony of flavors that'll hit all your taste buds. Definitely order this omakase if you've got a big appetite and love Japanese food.
And to support our channel, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for the YouTube algorithm. And for more photos, follow us on Instagram. See you guys on the next episode.